Hi, I'm Andy Marcus. I'm the Babbling Gourmet. I'm a caterer, I'm a foodie, and I'm a private chef on a farm between Renfrew and Douglas in the beautiful Ottawa Valley. And today I'm so excited to show you how to make these delicious dishes using locally produced ingredients. But first, let's get started. We're gonna take this beautiful butterflied rack of lamb, courtesy of Pinnacle Haven Farm on Garden of Eden Road, not far from us here at the Babbling Gourmet. This has been beautifully trimmed, as you can see. It's absolutely beautiful meat, grass-fed for 3 seasons. It's just top quality lamb, and we certainly appreciate Shanna donating this beautiful rack of lamb for this recipe. This is actually a perfect serving for 2 people. Makes a great date night or Valentine's Day or special occasion dinner, you could say. And we're going to treat it very simply. It's going to be a super elegant finished product, but it's super easy to coat. So what we're going to do today is a honey and pistachio crusted lamb. It's going to go into the oven at 350. You want this to be rare to medium rare. You want it to be nice and pink in the middle. That's the best way to eat lamb. So it really only needs to cook for about 15 minutes, and then you let it sit. And then the fun starts with making a drizzle, another honey-based drizzle. So what we're gonna do is we're going to coat the outside of the lamb generously with honey. I'm using a spoon because, you know, it's very professional, but you can also use your fingers. And I like to get everywhere. So now that you've covered your lamb with delicious honey, what I like to use, and this isn't not always easy to find, especially in rural areas, but you can make your own. It's a Herbe de Provence salt. Ooh la la, comes from France. This particular one contains thyme, rosemary, bay leaves, and parsley. I also like to use the one with lavender. It's a little bit harder to find, but if you could actually make your own. Salt, add in a bunch of powdered herbs, parsley, bay leaf, rosemary, and thyme, and then put that on top of your honey coated lamb. So we're just gonna shake a little bit on there. Now, the pistachios that I'm using are already salted pistachios, roasted, salted, shelled pistachios that I've put through a little bit of a food processor to get them nice. You want to keep it chunky because you want to have that textural component when you bite into the lamb. So we're going to sprinkle on some of this Herbe de Provence salt, back and front, sides. Don't miss any part of the lamb. I like it to be coated all over, okay? And once you got that done, the fun begins. This is super easy and it looks so elegant. People think you've spent hours in the kitchen when in fact, it's really only been 5 minutes. Okay, so now you've got this beautiful lamb here. We're gonna press it in to the pistachios. Press it, press it, press it. And good news is that sticky honey is gonna be the perfect glue for this dish. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Oh, it's getting there. So you want to fill up any little blank spots you see, and if you need to put a little bit of honey down there as a glue, as an adherent, go right ahead, and then stick more of the nuts on there. All right, so we've got the front done. This is the part that you're going to see when you take it out of the oven, and that's going to be the pièce de résistance on the plate. I'm going to push it into the sides, push it into the sides. Okay, so now your lamb is basically ready to go in a preheated oven. 350 degrees. I usually cook something this small, maybe 15 minutes, and then you let it sit for a while when you take it out of the oven to let the juices stay in. Because if you cut it too soon, all of that juice is going to run out, especially because you really want an internal temperature of about 130 to between 130 and 140. That'll make the lamb rare to medium rare, which is what we're looking for. Okay, so you have 2 options here. If you're advanced or you're brave enough, you can sear this lamb in a pan before you put it in the oven. And what that'll do is add a little bit of browning and crunch to the top of the lamb, and then you'll finish it off in the oven. So what we've done is we have baked a lamb, and this is how it looks. So as you can see, this is the finished product here. Beautifully done. It's been crusted. Not so much browning on the pistachios, but they're crunchy, and that'll give a beautiful, not only appearance, but a great crunch when your guests bite into it. So what we're gonna do with this lamb, we're going to take it out of its little vessel here. And we do not want to get rid of these bits, okay? So it looks a little bit not so good in the pan right now. But we're gonna keep all this because this is gonna make a great sauce for your lamb and a dressing for the couscous, the mint and honey couscous that we're gonna serve this lamb with. Again, another super easy side dish. Okay, so we've got this beautiful lamb here and it's very, very easy to cut. I'm gonna slice it like this and we'll come back and show you how nice this looks on the platter. Okay, so when you're cutting your lamb, it's actually easier to cut upside down. Might interfere with how nice it looks on the top, but that gives you an opportunity to get right in between the bones here, okay? So you're just gonna very gently press down, and then you're gonna have beautiful servings that you can fan out on a plate. So what we've got here is I made some couscous to go along with this meal. Couscous is super easy to make. It's Middle Eastern wheat. You soak it in water, it absorbs in about 5 minutes. And what we've done is we've added some cranberries and chopped pistachios to this. Lamb really goes well with, as you know, mint, rosemary, those are traditional flavors, but it also goes super, super well with sweet jams, jellies, honey, of course. So what we've got here is we've got a prepared platter with our couscous. We've got some cranberries on there, sweet cranberries, of course. They can be dried, they can be fresh. You could make them yourself. I also adds a nice punch of color, which I like on any dish. So we're gonna just move those around a little bit for service. Now, what we can do with what's left in the pan, we've got some delicious lamb fat in there. We've got honey, we've got pistachios. Now, you can use a lamb broth for this. We're gonna pour a little bit into the pan, and of course we can put this back onto the stove, but it's just as easy to whisk on the spot to show you how easy this is to do. So we're just gonna kind of mix all that together, and we're gonna drizzle it right from the pan onto our couscous, half of it onto the couscous, okay? There we go. And then we're gonna lay the lamb on top. Now look at how nice that turned out. So this is a medium cooked lamb, which would probably be more in line with what people would like around here. And then we take some of the bits of the pistachios that fell off when you were cutting it for decor purposes. And then we can take the rest of the drizzle that we've got here in our baking pan and pour that over the lamb. Now, doesn't that look delicious? And if you're serving this to guests, you want to add a little bit of je ne sais quoi to your plate. Parsley from your garden is always a nice addition, or fresh mint leaves or something to that effect. Okay, so what we've got here is a super, super easy, delicious Canadian lamb, locally grown in Renfrew, locally raised in Renfrew, grass-fed from Pinnacle Haven Farms. This is a pistachio and honey-crusted lamb, butterflied lamb with mint and honey couscous, and it's ready to go. So in total, between prep, cooking, and the finished product, including the couscous, you're looking at about half an hour. That's it. So you can pump out a meal that looks this delicious, this fresh and beautiful in about half an hour. Okay, 40 minutes if you need a little bit of extra help, but half an hour from farm to table. And using products that you can find locally, which is super important. Shopping locally is something that that's pretty important to me. And I'm thrilled that we've got both our meat and our honey produced by local producers, and other ingredients you can purchase at your local grocery store as well. So now that we've got this delicious lamb dinner made, a huge shout out to our friends at Pinnacle Haven Farm in Renfrew for their delicious 3-season grass-fed lamb. And of course, my favorite honey that I use in all of my cooking, Farmer's Daughter honey from Renfrew as well, just around the corner from us. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to see how you guys made out making these things. You can email me your stories at any time to andy@thebabblinggourmet.com, or tag us on Facebook at The Babbling Gourmet. Show me some pictures, give me some insight into how it worked out for you guys, and if you have any questions or comments, you can always send them to me. If you're a local producer, I'm always up for a challenge. Feel free to send me any ingredients or feedback or questions or ideas. and I'll see what I can do with your ingredients.